Hi guys, the topic for this video is changing the subject part 2. What I'd like you to do is pause the video, have a go at these starter questions for me. So first 3 questions, you need to rearrange these formulas and make x the subject, okay? So get the x term or the x variable by itself. And the last 3 questions, if you can factorize those expressions for me, please. So please pause the video, have a go, then press play when you're ready to carry on. Okay, quickly just going through this. Y is equal to x plus 5. So if I subtract 5 on both sides, y minus 5 is equal to x. Y is equal to 3x plus 1. I need to make x a subject, so subtract 1 from both sides first. That gives me y minus 1 is equal to 3x. Then divide by 3 on both sides. That gives me y minus 1 over 3 is equal to x. Y is equal to x minus 5 over 4. Multiply by 4 on both sides. That gives me 4y is equal to x minus 5. Then add 5 from both sides. That gives me 4y plus 5 is equal to x. Now, factorizing these expressions here. 4x plus 8. 4 is a common factor. So 4 bracket x plus 2. Factorizing these expressions here now. X is a common factor. So take the x out, then that will be x plus 9. And this one over here, x is a common factor, and also the 4, because 4 and 12, they both share a factor of 4. Okay, so I could take out 4x outside the bracket and x plus 3 inside the bracket. Okay, so changing the subject, what we looked at in the previous video, changing the subject part 1, we learned how to change the subject of the formula and make a particular variable the subject of the formula. So it says here, remember that this follows the same kind of process as solving an equation, in that you move terms across from one side to the other. Okay, so we're using the inverse operation here, and you have to remember, whatever you do on one side, you have to do to the other. Okay, today we're going to try and extend this process to questions with a few more steps that involve some sort of factorizing. So looking at this example here, it says rearrange the following equation to make y the subject. X is equal to ay plus by. Okay, so it says here, you cannot make a letter the subject if it appears in multiple terms. So the question says make y the subject, but the A has a y and the B has a y as well. Okay, so it appears multiple times, more than once. So in this type of question, where the term that you need to make a subject for appears more than once, you have to factorize it. Okay, you have to factorize it. So factorizing it, okay, x is equal to, so that's the left-hand side, we've dealt with that. But on the right-hand side, both of these terms, they both share a y. Now, if they both terms share a y, that means they both have a factor of y, which means that we can factorize it. We can factorize the right-hand side. So taking out a y times what gives me ay? It would have to be a plus y times what gives me by? It would have to be the plus b. Okay, and there you go, I factorized it. Now I need to make y the subject. Now remember, anytime you have brackets, the brackets basically means multiplying. So on the right hand side, we have x is equal to y bracket a plus b. Y bracket a plus b means y times all of a plus b. So to get rid of multiplying by a plus b, I can divide using the inverse operation. Remember, the inverse of multiplying is dividing. So if I divide by a plus b on both sides, okay, that would allow me to make y the subject. So dividing by a plus b, so x over a plus b is equal to y, okay? Because if I'm multiplying by a plus b and then dividing by a plus b, they will cancel out, okay? And there you go, I made y the subject. And please remember, okay, just switch them around, because you need to make y the subject, so the y comes first. So you need to say y is equal to x over a plus b as your final step, okay? This one here now, it says 4a plus 2b is equal to ab plus 6. Rearrange the following equation to make b the subject. So I need to make b the subject. 4a plus 2b is equal to ab plus 6. So it says here, try to collect all the terms with the intended subject on the same side first. So if in the question it says in this example, make B the subject, that's giving me a hint. It's telling me your first step is make sure the B terms are on the same side. So on the left hand side, I have a 2B. On the right hand side, I have an AB. Anytime you get a situation like this, you need to make a decision. Either move the 2B to the right hand side or move the AB to the left hand side. Okay, it's up to you. Okay, let's just subtract AB from both sides. So if I subtract AB from both sides, and I rewrite it, always rewrite the steps. Don't skip steps out. I know sometimes it's long, but it will help you so you don't make a mistake. 4A plus 2B minus AB is equal to 6. The reason why it's equal to 6 because the right hand side, I had AB to begin with, and then if I subtract AB from the right hand side, they will cancel out. And the only thing you're left with on the right hand side from the equal sign is the 6. Now I can clean up. I can subtract 4A from both sides. The reason why I want to do that is I want to just leave the B's together, the B terms, the terms that have the B together on the left hand side. Okay, so I subtract 4A from both sides. That would give me 2B minus AB is equal to 6 minus 4A. Now, remember what we said in the previous example. If the variable that we need to make a subject for, in this case B, if it appears more than once, we would have to factorize it, okay? So 2B minus AB, they both share a factor of B, okay? So you need to factorize, they both share a factor of B, bracket 2 minus A, because B times 2 gives me 2B, and B times A gives me AB. And that's equal to 6 minus 4A, okay? Then what I do, okay, it's fairly straightforward from here. What do? Exactly similar to the previous example. You subtract 2 minus A from both sides. And that will give you B is equal to 6 minus 4A over 2 minus A. Okay? So make sure you please copy down this example here and follow the steps. So in summary, we subtract AB from both sides. Then we subtract 4A. Then we factorize. Then we divide by 2 minus A on both sides. And there you go. I've made B the subject. And this isn't the final answer in its correct form, because if you're making B the subject, the B would have to come first. Okay? What I'd like you to do now, using the two examples that we've learned, have a go at making the Y the subject for this formula. My plus T is equal to Ny minus C. So making Y the subject, so please pause the video, have a go, then press play when you're ready to carry on. So My plus T is equal to Ny minus C. I need to make Y the subject. So the first and foremost thing I need to do is I need to bring the Y terms next to each other. They need to be on the same side. I have an My on the left-hand side and I have an Ny on the right-hand side. So I need to make a decision. Either I can move the My, but always try bring the Y terms on the left-hand side. Okay, just a little hint. It's just a bit better. So subtracting Ny from both sides, that gives me My minus Ny plus T is equal to C. Then what can I do? I just want the Y terms next to each other. I don't want that T. How can I get rid of that T? I can subtract T from both sides. My minus Ny is equal to C minus T. Then I can factorize, because on the left-hand side, both terms share a factor of Y. So that would be Y bracket M minus N is equal to C minus T. Divided by M minus N on both sides, Y is equal to C minus T over M minus N. Okay? What I'd like you to do now is, actually let's get this one, we don't need this one. Okay. What I'd like you to do is have a go at question 1, A to E at least. If you do F and G, that would be impressive. So please pause the video, have a go, then press play when you're ready to carry on. Okay, these are the answers. All right. For question 2 now, again, make X the subject for these formulas, remember. So for example, question 2A, I have the X terms, one on the left-hand side, 3X, and another one on the right-hand side, AX. So start off by bringing the X terms next to each other first, then factorize, then make X the subject. Okay, So please pause the video, have a go, then press play when you're ready to carry on. Okay, these are the answers. Okay, thank you so much for listening.